Welcome back to the Albasha kitchen. Cuthbert Cooks, clan in the sand. So we did our first bit of short rib, which was our traditional braising. It's in the oven now, cooking away nicely. The next thing I thought I'd do is make a little dry rub, and we'll do it's almost like an American style barbecue short rib recipe. I got a couple of ingredients on the table. I got my piece of short rib. What I'm going to do though first, I'm going to cut the short rib into pieces, just following where the, see, beautiful, look at that, yeah, just following down the, if you have a look here, between the bones. So we just cut him off, cut each piece off. So we're going to get, we've got a six bone short rib here. So we just keep cutting down, pop them on the tray. Again, young chefs, dry rub. You can get beautiful recipes, but then you can also experiment and do your own recipes as well. You know, just looking at the total amount of meat you're using, looking at the different flavor profiles and the different style of rubs that are available either in the market, ready-made, or you can make your own. So we're just going to pop our board over here at the sink. Sorry, I'm not there. I'm going to wash my hands again. Keep our hands clean. Keep our hands clean. We're going to wipe down our bench a little bit, and then we're just going to use a couple of the ingredients that are on top of the bench to make a little dry rub. Yeah. So we've got smoked paprika, magic tin. Got a little bit of garlic powder. We've got some flake salt. We've got some cumin seeds, cayenne pepper, a little bit of coriander, and I like to put a little bit of cinnamon in. It just makes it a little profile. Then you can use brown sugar, but as we're in the United Arab Emirates, I'm going to actually drizzle a little bit of this date syrup, which we call dibs. Dibs is a molasses that's made out of the dates. Date season is coming now. The dates have started to grow on the trees, and dibs is also used for flavouring Emirati dishes, and also used in some of their preparations for their breakfast items. So they do a little pancake called a kebab, and then you drizzle a little bit of dibs on your pancake. They do a fresh cheese, which is almost like a ricotta. It's called chami, and then you can actually put a little bit of chami on top of on your chami. You put a little bit of your dibs. Yeah. So we're just going to take, I don't know, tablespoon. Garlic powder, I like garlic, yeah. We then take our smoked paprika. Let's pop a good 2 teaspoons of that one in there. We want to have a good flavour on that one. Magic green tin, not going to tell you what's in there, but it's a selection of peppers and other spices. A doctor from Germany gave it to me, Dr. Checkard. He's a very famous dentist actually, so Dr. Checkard is one of the guests in the hotel I work, and so he sent over the little magic green tin of spices. So I put a couple of flakes of salt in as well. We've got ground coriander, so we're just going to put a half a teaspoon of ground coriander inside. Cumin seeds, you can roast these off if you like to get a little bit more flavour. As we're going to roast them, I'm just going to put a little teaspoon of those in. Cayenne pepper for a kick. We like a little bit of cayenne, so we're going to pop in a good half teaspoon of that one. A couple of grinds of the fresh cinnamon. Cinnamon just gives it another element. And then what they like to do also is to add a little bit of brown sugar. So I've got brown sugar here. We're going to put in a nice good 1 tablespoon, 1.5 tablespoons. Give that a good mix up. Yeah. Now you can add a little touch of oil to this if you want. We could add the dibs in to make it a little bit more liquidy, but I'm just going to keep this dry at the moment. And then we're going to mix this around until it's nicely mixed up. And then I'm just going to, with my hands, which are clean of course, yeah, and then I'm going to just rub this little dry mix onto each spare rib, each short rib. And then I'm going to drizzle at the last minute, I'm going to drizzle the dibs or the honey over, yeah. This is experimentation as well, young chefs. So you do a little bit of experimenting with your bits and pieces, yeah? You see how you can, you know, you share recipes, you share knowledge with each other as young people, yeah? Now if you wanted to, the skin on the back here, the silver skin on the back, you could take that off if you wanted to. Just helps the marinade get into the meat as well. But as we're going to do the front, the back, the sides, we're going to really rub this dry rub in. And we're going to let it marinate for about 3 hours minimum. But also you could look at doing, you can also look at putting it over it is, just to get the flavours right into the meat, so that the meat has got that nice combination of all those herbs and spices that we just added in. Roll that round. As I said, it's all about experimentation, yeah? You experiment with flavours, you experiment with the profiles, how much pepper, how much cayenne, how much garlic you should put in. And then at the end also, once they're cooked, again, we're going to slow roast these ones. We're going to slow roast them really slow, really slow. About 150, 160 degrees again, till the meat's falling off, yeah? We want to have a beautiful, soft meat that you can eat with a spoon. And then we're going to add a couple of extra touches to the ribs, which are going to be around some beautiful barbecue marinades, and that you can toss off a little bit of onions, a little bit of white onion, and then you pop in a ready-made barbecue sauce, your favourite one, and then you basically drizzle that over once you've done your cooking. You drizzle it over, and you're going to be able to have a lovely sauce, sticky, sweet, a little bit spicy, with your dry rubbed short ribs. So here we have the ribs. So I've just finished rubbing them off. Now I'm just going to get my date syrup, and I'm just going to put very little bit on each one. Just drizzle it on, yeah. It's just to start the caramelization process as well, because of the sugar in it, the brown sugar, yeah. But then it's just going to add this extra little special flavour of the United Arab Emirates, yeah. And this is what I mean, young chefs. You experiment, yeah. Get the basics done first. Understand the basics, yeah. And then what you can do is then you just add your own touch, your own little experimentation, your little flavour profile that you want to put on, and that you want to see on your food that you're serving to your friends, or to your chef, or to your guests in your hotel. So we've just done that, and now this I'm going to wrap up in aluminium foil, and I'm just going to let him sit there for a couple of hours minimum, until for 6 hours. I want to marinate this for. I really want the flavours to start coming into the short rib, and then we're going to pop him in a slow oven. And then after he's cooked, we're going to bring him out. We're going to caramelize him off with some beautiful barbecue sauces, yeah, from down in South Africa. And again, we want the bone to just fall off. We want the meat to be so tender that the bone is just going to pull away, and we're going to have this lovely piece of short rib. And then you can do whatever you want with it. You can eat him straight away. You can make sliders. You put him in a nice pow bun. You put him in a nice dumpling. You make short rib dumplings. Whatever you want to come up with. Do pies. Do a lovely white onion glazed, nice mushrooms. Shred out the beef. Pop him in a bit of puff pastry. Bake some little pies in the oven. Again, the basics are what you need to learn and what you need to understand, and then you can experiment. Then you can really understand how to do different foods, utilizing different cuisines from around the world. So I hope you enjoyed today's little short rib episodes, and then a little bit more around the food wastage. Remember, young chefs, food wastage is your responsibility. Food wastage is our responsibility as senior leaders in the industry and executive chefs. It's our responsibility to teach our people how much food not to throw away. Make sure that your guests eat all the food that you put out there, because you all work so hard. And at this special time when the world is going through such a upheaval in the hospitality industry, we really need to be able to understand how we can help protect our jobs, and also look after people that may be ill, and how we can nourish people, because at the end of the day, we as chefs, we nourish people. Ladies and gentlemen, young chefs, thank you very much. See you soon from Al Basha.